The remnant of the concerned professionals has called on Nigerians to evaluate their values and visions to ensure more people in the country benefit from the resource available. The convener of the group, Pat Utomi, disclosed this while addressing newsmen in Abuja. Utomi urged Nigerians to uphold the values of merit in all aspects of their lives, saying the country is in dire need of citizens who are genuinely committed to the country.
Nigeria is in a deep crisis. It doesn't matter what perspective you see it from, whether it's the partisan political, whether it's the economic, crisis, whether it is the security or insecurity challenge, whatever way you see it, Nigeria is in deep crisis. And it seems that we are missing the point in the way we're trying to solve it, which is why it seems intractable. We have failed to recognize that more fundamental to human progress are the values of a society, the institutions in society, and the place of merit in an age that is described as the aristocracy of talent, where merit has shaped the modern world. And so the question is, we want to raise a tribe of Nigerians who are not distracted by the games of today that politicians play, who recognize that for us to make progress, our values must change and change dramatically, change purposefully, because we know that this is what will sustain progress, not because some people are canvassing something and maybe if we go there we'll get something. No. And you must begin by saying, I am a Nigerian. These are the values I stand by. I will live these values. I want to be judged by this. Tomorrow in Nigeria, we should be able to say, nobody should vote for anybody who does not live these values. The purpose of the education of the voter, the purpose of the citizenship socialization is essentially to recognize what it is that makes for better dwelling in community with your neighbors. And this process is supposed to socialize people into that way of living. And they become true members, true citizens, participating as tribesmen in this process. Look through human history, look at progress, look at the countries that have done well, the so-called origins of inequality, the societies in which integrity is of low value are societies that have not made much progress. The societies, because what do business people do? They look and say, we can trust these people. You can send Nigerian delegations to New York, everywhere, invite investors, as we have been doing lately, but they will finish and will come up with nothing. Because they may say nice things to be polite in front of us, but they say, that country of crooks. Why do I want to go and put my money in that country? So, until we begin to live certain values and people see it in our national character. I said in my opening remarks that 20-something years ago, a foreign diplomat, American I should say, said to me, look, I know what you stand for and all of that, but let's be truthful. The national character of Nigeria, as perceived around the world, is that it's a nation of scammers.
We're going to have to get into an important national conversation, the kind of conversation that would enable us determine what our shared values are. That kind of conversation then enables us sit around to say, what does it mean to be Nigerian? So there would be some critical, levers that would be common to all of us, that we agree, and that would give us that agreed identity as Nigerians. And then we have to have our national vision. What is the collective aspiration? What kind of prosperous, stable, and inclusive, equitable, equal opportunity-based society do we want to create out of Nigeria? So those kinds of processes actually moved some of the countries that we know, it moved them from country to nation. If we follow this process that leads us to shared values, leads us to agreed identity, leads us to national vision, then we place on that the matter of the shared values, the kinds of competencies and skills and that attitudes that people must have in order to lead us as public leaders. We'll end up with the best scenario possible.